Are you trying to figure out if you still got game? You might find yourself wondering if it's wrong to have a rebound fling. And if you are going to have a rebound fling, how to make it fun. This is something that a lot of people going through a breakup or divorce and then into the dating scene and trying to find a new partner really struggle with this. It's a common thing. In this video, as we explore this topic, we're going to explore 3 different aspects of it. The first thing is the importance of stopping and asking yourself what it is that you're looking for. Related to that, secondly, we're going to talk a little bit about making sure that you're solving the right problem and not living off of cookies. You'll see what I mean when I come to that. And the third thing is helping you understand that every sexual encounter is actually an attachment moment. What you have to do to navigate this is to step back and to ask yourself what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If you're just looking for a good time, then a rebound fling is great. But if you're actually looking for a relationship, or if you're looking to heal from the pain of what you've been through, then a rebound fling may be the exact opposite of what you need. Every single one of us has 2 primary needs. We want to feel like we matter, and we want to feel like we're safe with somebody. Those 2 things, along with healthy sexual desire, draw us toward one another and motivate us to seek out relationships. If you're trying to meet those needs, and if you're trying to find a safe place where you can feel valued and you can feel seen, you can feel safe, you can feel like you've got your person there, then a rebound fling isn't going to do that. So what does a rebound fling accomplish? It gives you a distraction. It might help you change the channel from whatever you're trying to get over or heal from, and it might serve to help you feel like you've still got game, that you're still desirable, that you're still wanted. A rebound fling can be productive for all of those things. However, if you're looking for a relationship that meets the needs that principal relationship in our lives is supposed to meet, what we call it a secure base or a primary attachment relationship. If you're looking for a relationship to meet those needs, a rebound fling will not do that. In fact, it will likely leave you feeling more exposed, feeling more insecure, less settled, and less good about yourself in the long run. And so you really have to just step back and say, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish, and will this accomplish it? And so often when we're in pain, we're just reacting. And we're looking for whatever we might be able to grab, to be able to dull some of the pain that I'm in right now. And so just taking a second to say, where is it that I'm trying to get? And again, you don't have to be looking for, the next person you go out on a date with doesn't have to be your next spouse. You do want to make sure that the behaviors that you engage in now are taking you in the direction that you want to be going in. Those core needs that we talked about, of wanting to feel like we matter and of wanting to feel safe, are at the root of almost every emotional distress that we experience. And when you've been in a relationship, sometimes for decades, but for however long, and then you get out, you wonder, are people going to find me attractive? Am I going to be able to get anybody to want to date me or to be in a relationship with me? Am I still desirable? In the sea of all of these viable bachelorettes, how do I rate and where do I rank? And so it's really easy for your brain to be trying to figure out how to find validation and how to find things that your brain can say, oh, yep, there's some evidence that I'm worth it. Oh, yep, there's some evidence that I'm still pretty. Oh, yep, there's some evidence that people are still going to want to be with me. Oh, there's some evidence that I'm not going to be alone for the rest of my life. So our brains are desperately looking for data points, looking for some evidence, some proof that we're going to be able to be happy again. So often, people turn to the revenge body or to hookups or these different things, trying to find some evidence that they're going to be okay. And the thing you got to be careful about with that is that kind of temporary and shallow evidence isn't going to really scratch the itch that you're trying to get at. Because what you're really wanting to know is, are you going to feel safe with somebody again? Are you going to be able to be in a healthy relationship? Are you going to be happy again? That's what you're, on a core subconscious level, that's likely what your brain is trying to figure out and assess. Just like, eating a bunch of cookies can make it so you're not hungry anymore. Having somebody pursue you or have sex with you or desire you can satiate some of those feelings in the moment. But eating a bunch of cookies isn't going to provide your body and your brain the nutrition that you need, obviously, right? In order to be healthy and to have your brain and your body function well. Those kind of temporary and shallow validations also aren't going to help you feel the things that a healthy relationship is supposed to and able to make you feel. Let's talk for a minute about the connection between your emotional needs and some of the emotional emptiness that you're feeling and how that might be leading to your desire to have a hookup and to have it work, right? I mean, that's back to that principal question of how do I make it fun? It's really, how do I make a hookup work? The connection between your emotional needs and that, there are certain things that we can only helpfully get met within a healthy, functional relationship. We are social creatures. There's tons of research that shows how much better we are in life when we're in a healthy relationship. The fact is that we need each other. And being alone isn't as healthy emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, or physically as it is to be in a healthy relationship. You may have heard me say this before, but there's kind of a continuum. The most healthy place for us as human beings to be is in a healthy relationship. The next healthiest place for us to be is alone, and the most unhealthy place for us to be is in an unhealthy relationship. People that are in a healthy relationship have better cardiovascular health, they have better mental and emotional health, they have lower rates of illness. This has been studied so many different ways, and the research is super clear that we are the best, we are the healthiest when we are in a healthy relationship. And we all have those needs that, again, we all have the needs to feel like we matter and to feel safe. And those are relational needs. When you're not in a healthy relationship, then those needs aren't being met. And it creates a void. It creates a hunger, a thirst that is not being satisfied or satiated. And when we're in pain, our brains will do something to try to cope with that. We will cope. We will do something to cope. That coping can be healthy or that coping can be unhealthy, but we will do something to cope. It's a real logical step for your brain to say, well, I'm lonely, I'm isolated, or I don't feel attractive, or I don't feel wanted, I don't have my somebody. And so, well, maybe if I go get somebody to have sex with, maybe if I get somebody to hook up with, then it will satisfy that need. It will fill that void. And if you're not aware of what it is that your brain is trying to do, then it can be really confusing. And you're like, well, maybe this will work. Well, maybe this will work. Well, maybe this will work. But if you educate yourself and say, okay, this is what the problem is, and this is what will actually help meet that problem. Because a lot of times we spend a lot of time in employing the wrong solutions because we're not aware consciously, we're not overtly aware of what the problem is that we're actually trying to solve. If you are having rebound sex, or if you're going to have rebound sex, another thing that I would really like to point out to you is that every sexual encounter is an attachment moment. What is an attachment moment? An attachment moment is a moment when our brains are looking to matter to somebody and looking to feel safe with somebody. That's what an attachment moment is. It's a time when we're vulnerable, we're disorganized emotionally, and we're looking for a safe place to land and a springboard to explore and develop. And every single sexual encounter is an attachment moment, which means that it's a moment when those core needs are prevalent. Each of those moments has the power to influence how we do feel about ourselves in terms of our value and how emotionally safe we feel. Inherent in a hookup is lack of stability and lack of safety, because at least one of you, if not both of you, know that this is about sex and not about trying to form a long-term relationship. And so inherent in the situation is lack of a willingness to say, yes, you are so important to me that I want to investigate creating a relationship with you. And so that in and of itself undermines our sense of safety and mattering in those moments. To get more help on how to navigate this difficult conundrum, you can do a couple of different things. You can download our attachment guide. We'll have the link below. The other thing you can do is watch our next video on finding out whether or not it's a good idea to date multiple people when you're trying to figure out what it is that you're looking for.